not at home. I am outside at my friend's house because this is where I'll be for the day. So anyway, I did want to come on here and I wanted to do the, oops, hold on. Let me see if I can get the volume down over here.
What is that?
Here we go. Yeah, I thought I'd come in and do the weeklies. All right. Let me get myself all set up over here so that I can be a part of what's going on over there where you are. And then we'll start, and what I'll do, I don't have too much time, but I do have about a good hour. And we'll read for you guys, all right? Because I like to do that. So as always, take what works, leave what doesn't. All right, so let's see what's going on. Let me see. All kinds of things are going on my computer here. All right, let's see. There you are. All right, let the chat begin. All right, you guys. Let's go around the zodiac. We're going to start with our Aries. Grateful, thankful. Oops, wait, I have a card. It blew away over here. Oh, it was the King of Wands. I wonder if somebody's dealing with a Queen of Wands. Very charismatic, charming kind of guy. But let's see what's going on. All right, we're going to start with my Aries. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Aries today. What can you tell me about my Aries? Can you hear that? That's the dog playing in this little pond I created for him. All right, grateful, thankful for all of you guys. Welcome in, you guys. If you're new here, I'm Raven Blackstar. I'm coming in to do a weekly reading to just kind of get an overall idea of what the week ahead might look like for all of us. If you stick around towards the end of the reading, I like to pull cards for you guys as well. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's begin. Let's see what's going on for each and every one of you guys. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for my Aries. Let's look at the week ahead. We got the Knight of Cups coming in reverse to the Magician. Also reversed to the Six of Swords. All right, trouble in paradise. I feel as if, you know, you're not on the same page with your person. Maybe somebody's trying to get somebody to do something. The other person doesn't want to do it. I mean, I'm just feeling this kind of energy of like a real disconnect. Because we end the week, you know, with the Six of Swords. So yeah, I feel like, you know, somebody, this Knight of Cups, maybe this is somebody you're dealing with, they're not as serious as you are. Maybe, you know, your intentions are for something and, you know, anyway, I'm just feeling as if, you know, this week, you know, there could be some struggles and, you know, I feel like power struggles with this Magician coming in reverse. You against someone else, somebody not taking you seriously, you wanting to be serious, you know, it's that kind of thing. You know, but be careful of this because when we have the Magician coming in reversed, Aries, sometimes we're trying to force things to happen that don't want to be happening. All right, so just be aware of that this week, that, you know, there's going to be some control issues, I think, that come up that leave you feeling, you know, a little one way or the other by the end of the week. Let's pull one more card for you. All right, yeah, we got the Knight of Pentacles. You know, I think it leads to a place of sobriety between you and your person and where everybody stands. And I say that because, you know, we come out with the Knight of Pentacles. You know, so if you are in a place, areas where you just don't know what to do, channel your energy back into your work. Because I think that's where you have a place to kind of release all of the emotions that you might have building up throughout the week. But yeah, I definitely feel like there could be power struggles for you, Aries. All right, let's move on to my Taurus. Hey, everyone, welcome in. We have Mahak, the Roswell story. Welcome. Keith Ireland, welcome in. Winter Bear, where am I from? I'm in New Mexico. You're from India. Welcome. Does it look like where I'm at? I'm in the forest. I'm in the Carson Forest here in New Mexico. Please help you. I like to help everybody. All right, let's first get through the readings, you know, and go through the zodiac and just make sure that, you know, we've got all the signs covered. And then I'll turn my attention to you guys and we'll read for you. All right, so as always, take what works and leave what doesn't. Hit that like button. Hi, Loretta. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, let's see what is going on for my Taurus for this upcoming week. What can the Taurus expect this week? All right, we got the Four of Wands starting the week off. I like that. You know, I think there's an opening in your life, all right? Whether this is a new beginning, a new chapter in your life. I'm just feeling like this is a new beginning for you. We got the Devil coming in reverse. It's almost like, you know, you have like this new lease on life. with this Four of Wands coming in, because it's not always about celebrations and things like that. It's about a new beginning. You know, you set something in motion, you know, and you're trying to make it happen, and I think things are starting to really happen in your world. You know, so you're not the same person anymore, and I think this week you're really starting to feel it. We do have the Moon card. You know, I think your emotions will be a little deep here. Very sensitive, very intuitive, all right? So pay attention to those psychic hits that come down. You know, a lot of times, you know, we don't even realize it, but we're getting these messages that are trying to guide us around. And I feel like this week, there's a lot that's trying to pull you in a direction that you need to be going in, especially Taurus, since we have this Devil card coming in reversed. I think you're ready. I think you're ready to, you know, start fresh, start new. You know the direction you want to go in, so it's go time, right? So good reading for you, Taurus. I like that. All right, listen, Mahaksani, I will take your questions at the end of my readings, all right? So I'm just going to continue to go around, and we're going to get all the zodiac signs taken care of, and then, well, I'll turn my attention to you guys. It'd be really, really great, right? All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Geminis this week. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Gemini. What's going on for all my gems this week? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Gemini. Hi, Kaplan. Kapil, is it Kapil? Katari? I don't know. God, I struggle with your names. All right, Gemini, let's see. We see you beginning the week, you know, really determined, you know, to try to go in another direction or do something that you really want to do this week. It could be around work. Maybe you're trying to find some solutions around work. But I feel like, you know, you are ready to make some changes, all right, just like all of us. But you, Gemini, when it comes to, you know, things not working out for you, we've got the Six of Pentacles coming up here reversed, right? Six of Pentacles reversed. You know, this isn't, you know, feeling like things are working out, you know, things aren't really balanced. I mean, you could stay where you are, but that's okay. But I think you are ready to make some changes. And for some of you, Gemini, if you are a Gemini out there that, you know, you've been working really, really hard, I think somebody kind of sees you, all right? You know, I mean, validates you and somehow maybe can even help you with maybe the direction that you really want to go in. So keep your eyes open, opportunities around the corner, opportunities floating around, actually, Gemini, especially because you are really wanting to look at it, all right? So that's what I've got for you, Geminis. Hi, Haley. Welcome. Victor, welcome in. Deal you in. All right, Victor, I'll pull a card for you later on. All right, moving on. Let's move on to my Cancers. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Cancers. All right, let's see what's going on, Cancers. All right, first card out for you is the Hierophant. So I see you aligning with someone or an institution or some way of being. You know, this is, you know, kind of like it meets your spiritual needs, so to speak, because this is a very spiritual card when we have the Hierophant, because, you know, this usually can indicate maybe marriage, maybe there's something going on with your marriage right now. And then we have the Hanged Man coming in reverse and the Lovers card also coming in reverse. I got to cover up the Lovers because YouTube doesn't like them being naked. So anyway, I feel like, you know, you may be a little hung up on some of the feelings that you have, you know. Maybe, you know, you're not feeling the connection that you want to continue with this person. I mean, you're a little hung up on, what do I do? You know, do I keep going out with this person? Do we get married? You know, the marriage isn't working. With the Hanged Man, there's some confusion that you're feeling around your person and your partner. How do you really feel about them, right, Gemini? This could be coming up for you, and it's like, I don't know how I really feel about them, you know, but you need to kind of tap into these kind of feelings, and I think this week they're going to be really surface. Maybe your person does things that makes you kind of wonder whether or not, you know, they're really, you know, we really have a good marriage, or whether we need to get some work done, whether it can be saved. I think your marriage is definitely going to be the highlight, or your partnership, whatever that is, will be the focus of this week. Hold on a second. Some of my cards ran away over here. It is the Six of Pentacles from another deck. All right, let's see what's going on for my Cancers. Put your glasses on there. All right. Welcome in, you guys. Hi, Amruta. Right? Isn't it a beautiful day? I'm outside. It's really beautiful. Patiently happy. I love your name. You secretly put pork meat in their food. Listen, I worked in a restaurant and I had the guy that worked was the chef. If people knew what he did to that food, you'd never eat there. I mean, really. I don't want to ruin it for other people. If you're going to go out and have a lovely dinner, you know, it doesn't happen at all restaurants, but it happened where I was. Thanks, Chucky. All right, let's move on to my Cancers. Let's move around the clock here so that I can point my attention over to you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. All that good stuff. Makes a difference to my channel, and I would love to see my channel continue to grow. All right, listen, Cancer, we got you coming out with the Strength card to the Queen of Swords. And she is reversed. All right, so I think, you know, if somebody's going to get you angry or somebody is mad at you, I feel like you have the ability to calm things. All right, and make everything all better. You know, because I do feel like this Queen of Swords, this is somebody who's ticked off, pissed off. They don't like what happened. But with the Strength card coming in, Cancer, you know, this is you taming this wild beast. You can put your hand in their mouth and, you know, get things to calm down a little bit, and also get them to do anything. So I feel like this week, Cancer, there is someone or a situation, you know, that could probably be a little bit volatile, and somebody maybe misunderstood you, or maybe there's just been a big misunderstanding. I feel like you have the ability to kind of mend these fences, fix things, and turn things around. And by the end of the week, you know, listen, spend it with family, all right, Cancer, because I feel like that's where you're going to be happiest. That's what I got for you, Cancer. Hi, Maria. Welcome in. Hi, Kenneth. You had a stroke when you were 15. It's funny. We just had some people over here, and her little boy is 10 years old. And he's got some real neurological problems. And, you know, she was telling me that she thinks he had a stroke when he was 5. And now, you know, here he is 10, you know, he could, it's sad, you know, it's hard, you know. And then my friend here, where I'm staying right now, you know, he's had 2 mini strokes in the last couple weeks. So this is why I'm kind of staying close. And this is why I'm outside, because he lives in this really great place. And, you know, why not? Take advantage of it. All right, let's see what's going on for my Leos. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Leos. Hi, Nicholas. Welcome in. Thank you so much. All right, listen, Leo, we see you in the place of the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, not having what you need. This is you, you know, not having enough of anything that you really need. And I think not knowing what to do, all right, because we also have the 8 of Wands coming in reverse. So, you know, listen, Leo, if you're struggling, all right, because I feel like somebody out there is really struggling, all right, this is a sad energy, this 5 of Pentacles. It's like nobody would understand. Nobody knows what I'm really going through, you know. And here with this 8 of Wands coming in reverse, of course, because you're not telling anybody. Nobody knows what you're really going through. But, you know, we end with the Star card. So I have to believe that, you know, something's going to come down and try and change all of that. You know, it's just like you need a blessing from the universe. And I feel like the Star card pulls one out as the week progresses. So I just think, Leo, listen, you start out a little bit down and out and not knowing what to do and not knowing who to talk to even. And I think things turn around by the end of the week. So chin up, my friend, you know, because I think everything's going to turn out okay. Hi, Raghu. Hi, B. Welcome in. Nice to see you guys. Let's see. I've got a computer. I usually am on my iPad, and it's always so easy on my iPad because it's, you know, the touch thing. And it's when I forget that I have to keep scrolling down. But I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the chat. Joe, you're a Leo. I hope you have a good week this week, you know, chin up, all right, because something that has been really kind of down and out, I feel like it's going to turn around. Yes, I am going to do personal readings today. As soon as I get through all of these zodiac signs, I will pull cards for all of you guys. All right, so either come back or stick around, you know, one of the two. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Virgos. Yeah, I'm already on Virgo. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Virgos. What's going on, Virgos? All right, Virgo, you ready? Let's see. We got the Ace of Cups coming in reverse to the Four of Cups to the Devil. Interesting energy here. So, all right, relationships. This could even be about you, but you know, Ace of Cups coming in reversed, and then we have the Four of Cups. I almost wonder whether or not you are really tired of, you know, feeling like there's no one out there, like there's not the right person, or it could be, you know, the people that you meet, because I do feel like there is someone that, you know, you struggle with. All right, you're not happy with them. I think your focus is on, you know, everything that has happened, and I think you're thinking this week that if the next time they want to come back, I may not take them back. And I say that because we have the Devil card coming in, and it is reversed. And this card flipped over, all right, we have the Five of Swords. So I'm just wondering whether this week you end up in having this conversation with your person, an argument, all right, whenever we have the Five of Swords coming in, you know, there's a winner and a loser, right? But I don't think anybody ever wins with the Five of Swords. But I think, you know, it's one of those things, it's like the determining factor. It's just like, I don't think I want to try this anymore. There's not enough between you and me to keep going. And what we have was toxic, and I don't want this anymore. So some of you Virgos out there, I think, are going to start to see someone with clear eyes, you know, based off of a conversation you have with them that really kind of, you know, it's what you need to hear. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we need to hear something from someone for us to kind of stop in our tracks and be like, oh, I get it. That's how you really feel. And then you move on from that. All right, so that's what I've got for the Virgo. All right. Listen, take what works and leave what doesn't, people. You know, there's an awful lot of you guys out there when we're reading collective. This is why I like to pull cards for you guys individually. Do you know what I mean? There's a collective energy that we're tapping into, all of our tarot readers. But then there's when I get in here with you guys, you know, it's one-on-one, you know, and then we can kind of really hit on some answers. Anyway, that's what I got for you, Virgo. Let's move on to my Libras so that I can turn my attention to you guys. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Libra. Oh, I have to say, I'm late with my readings, my weekly readings for all the signs because it's been a crazy week, you know, but I'll catch up. You know, I thought it was more important to come on live and do the weekly and talk to you guys than to just sit in front of a video and do a video. Right? Besides, it's more fun. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Libras for this upcoming week. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Libras. What's going on, Libra? All right. You hear those birds? All right, we got the sun shining. All right, so I like that. But then we have the Hanged Man. So it's like everything was so good. What happened? I mean, really, this is what I'm feeling. It's just like it was so good. What happened? You know, now I'm confused. We were so happy. And we have the Ace of Wands above you. Again, everything was so good. I don't understand. You know, maybe somebody, you know, friend zoned someone. You know, we have the Five of Cups here coming in reversed. If this is a new person, you know, I think you're like, why does this always happen to me? You know, and if it's not a new person, like I said, you're just like, I don't understand. I don't understand what happened. Everything was okay, you know, and then we have, you know, here, this Six of Pentacles coming in reverse. So the situation that you were involved with, it wasn't even, it wasn't balanced. This is why you always felt, you know, like things weren't working out. I mean, look how many times you were disappointed by this person. Yeah. Yeah, so Libra, I think, you know, listen, the Hermit's coming out here as your final outcome. All right, Hermit coming in reverse says you need to take the time, all right, and go into that Hermit space and really see what is it that you really want. Because right now it's like you are avoiding facing the truth about, you know, everything was all good. I don't know what happened. You do know what happened, all right? Things weren't good before, you know, but you didn't want to believe that. You know, if we pretend that it's all good, then it'll be good, right? You know, and in the words of an old boyfriend of mine, he said, you know, when the car starts making noise, just turn the radio up, you know, and it goes away, right? And I feel like this is kind of what you were doing, Libra. So, yeah, I'm just feeling like this week there is, you know, a relationship that, you know, on, off, you know, but the Hermit wants you to sit and really kind of think about this relationship. Let's really look at it, all right? And then we'll move from there. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Libra. Moving on to my Scorpio. So listen, you guys, if you're new here, welcome. Nice to have you here. I'm Raven Blackstar. If you aren't new here, you know the spiel. I've got Scorpio, Sag, Aquarius, and Pisces. All right, we're going to quickly go through them, and then I'm going to turn my attention to you guys in the chat, and, you know, we'll pull cards, all right, because that's what I love to do. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's going on for all my Scorpios. Hi, Asif. I'm Ruda. Nice to have you. Puck. Hi, Puck. I'll wait back. Hit that like button, people. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me out. Help my channel grow. Hi, Mandy. Welcome in. It's always good to see some of my regulars. All right, let's see what's going on for all of my Scorpios for this upcoming week. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Scorpios. All right, Scorpio, you ready? All right, we got the Justice card coming in upside down, you know, and it wants to, like, flip around. It's just not fair, Scorpio. Something is just not fair. And here you are, 3 of Cups coming in upside down. It's just not fair, but I think something happens this week, all right? Maybe you even, you know, it could happen. It could be something that goes on between you and, you know, some really close friends. But the Justice card coming in, I just hear it. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. But I feel like it turns around by the end of the week because we do have the Sword coming out. You know, it pushes you to make something turn around because this card wants to turn around. All right, so if you don't like something or you don't like how something goes down this week, I feel like, you know, you're going to do something about it. You're not going to sit back and just let it be. I think you're going to really try to do what you can to kind of move that along and change things, you know, because this is just to you unacceptable, Scorpio. That's what I've got for you. All right. Hi, Ricky. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Thank you. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my Sagittarians. We are moving on to my Saggies. What's going on, Sag? Grateful, thankful for the messages from my Sag. What's going on, Sagittarians, for this upcoming week? Welcome in, you guys. It's nice to see people in the chat. If you're new here, Ricky, Puck, you know, I'll pull cards. Puck, are you new? I think you've been in here before. But anyway, if you are new, stick around. I'm almost at the point where I'll pull cards for all of you guys. All right, listen, Sagittarius, we got the Moon card coming out, all right? Deep, deep emotions. And then we have the Emperor coming in reverse, and we have the Sun card also coming in reverse. All right, now, these two energies, I feel like you are dealing with someone this week who's really, really difficult. You can't please them. They're just, I think you're over it with this one, all right? The Emperor coming in reverse. This could be a father figure, somebody in charge. This could be your boss. I mean, this is somebody who's got a lot of power, and I feel like they're very loud, you know, like they have a very loud voice. Because when they bark, they expect everybody to jump. And you just can't do that anymore. I mean, you've been trying to go along, but listen, the Moon card, I think this week starts to point to, like, I don't know how much longer I can do this with this person because I'm just not happy. So I think this week there's going to be a lot of, you know, thinking, you know, because these emotions that are coming up from the Moon, you can't stop them. You know, you can't, you know, and every time this person tells you to do something, you know, the Moon comes up and be like, see, maybe we should go, maybe we should move, maybe we should go away from this because I'm not really that happy. But, you know, you don't let them know really, you know, how it is. So anyway, this could be a challenging week, but I think it's one that brings you and points you in the direction you need to go in, all right? Because if you're in a situation with someone or a work thing or anything like that where, you know, you're trying to make it work, but you're miserable, I mean, life's too short. We can't be that miserable. We got to make the changes, right? So that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. All right, let's see who's next. We got Capricorn. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my Capricorns for this upcoming week. What can you tell me to tell Capricorn? Grateful, thankful for the messages. We got a few people in the chat. It's nice to see you all. There's 27 people. That's a big number in my book. So listen, 27 of you, only 13 likes. Hit that like button. Help me out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Really, it makes a difference to my channel, and like I've been gaining this little bit of momentum trying to grow my channel. So if you can help me out that way, please help me out. All right, Capricorn, let's see what's going on for you for this upcoming week. Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Capricorn. All right, we got the Magician coming in reverse to the Page of Swords to the Page of Cups. If you have children, all right, I feel like you have a child who will try to manipulate you into doing something that you may not want to do. All right, because I do. I feel as if they're going to try to get you to do something, you know, but you don't want to do it. All right, so that's just for someone who has a kid. All right, Capricorn. If not, I do feel as if there is a situation, Capricorn, where you know, this is somebody trying to force you or get you to do something that you don't want to do. All right, this is trying to make things happen before it's time. And then we have the Page of Swords coming in. And I just get this energy with this Page of Swords. It's just like, you know, you can't force this to happen. All right, you need to give it some time. And if you're trying to make somebody do this, you know, to get this started, I just feel as if it's just not the right time. I mean, honestly, it's not the right time. You know, you know, the Magician, he makes magic when things are meant to be, right? And when you're trying to make things happen before it's time, I think you're going to screw yourself over. So I feel like, you know, it would be a really hard week for you to start anything this week. So just keep that in mind. If you wanted to start a diet, this is probably not a good week for you to start a diet. If it's one of those things that you wanted to make some big change in the workplace, maybe not this week. Maybe you need to refine it a little bit more because the Magician says it's not time. It's not ready. We got to change things a little bit up. So that's what I got for you, Capricorn. All right, let's see what's going on for Aquarius. We got Aquarius and Pisces, and then it's all about you guys in the chat. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Aquarius for this upcoming week. What's going on? Puck, you were here once before. I knew the name seemed familiar. Sanjina, welcome. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Aquarians for this upcoming week. What can you tell me to tell all of my Aquarians for this upcoming week? Grateful, thankful for the messages for my Aquarians. All right, listen, we got the Knight of Wands to the Fool card reversed to the Five of Cups reversed. All right, so listen, I feel like there's this energy around you that you want to do something different, all right? Because the Knight of Wands likes to go and do things. They like to explore. They like to go places they haven't been. They're the life of the party. They have a good time. And I think you're really craving some of that. Just be careful that you don't do something that now you wish you hadn't started, all right? Because it's like, you know, if it's one of those things, oh, let's drive, you know, 6 hours into whatever, and then you get there and you're like, oh my God, what are we going to do now? 6 hours all the way back. Just know that, you know, to this week, you know, if you're going to go exploring and do things, you know, that you're a little careful, a little aware of, you know, the distance and what it's going to truly entail. Because with that Fool card coming in reversed, you know, I just feel like you could be like, oh no, we shouldn't have done this. We shouldn't have started. I mean, I'm just getting a little bit of that. All right, Aquarius. And then we have the Five of Cups coming in as the final card for the week. I like it because it's reversed, right? So I think this week you're trying to find the change that you are looking for in this Five of Cups. Because the Five of Cups energy says, oh my gosh, I've been like really depressed and things haven't been really, really great and I've been so disappointed, you know, but you're trying to get out of that. So I think this is what, you know, this week is all about, you know. So you might find yourself a little impulsive and wanting to go do things that, you know, you would love to do, but think it through, all right? Because I don't want you to get all the way there and realize that, holy crap, I didn't bring it back. I didn't realize this was going on. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of fix it that way. All right. Last but not least, I got my Pisces coming in. So what's going on with my Pisces for this upcoming week? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Pisces. Gibraltar, your dad's an Aquarius. Yeah, he may be bored and looking for something to do. Just make sure whatever it is he wants to do, you're good with it, right? Because if not, you could go along and be like, oh, shoot, I wish we hadn't started this. He's very impulsive. Yeah, I could definitely see this week he may be even more impulsive. All right, last but not least, let's go over to my Pisces so I can start pulling cards for all you guys. Grateful, thankful for the messages for all of my Pisces. What can you say about Pisces? All right, Pisces, look, you're starting out with the Five of Cups, all right? We ended, you know, Aquarius with it, and you're starting out, you know, but it is upright. A little depressed, a little sad. It could be around your children, all right, because we have the Empress reversed, and I do have a Page of Cups, so it could be around a child. Maybe, you know, your child's sad and you don't know how to help them. You know, there's something about you feeling like you're not doing enough, especially with the Empress energy, because, you know, this is around motherhood and nurturing and taking care of things, and everything is just really amazing. I mean, this is where life is so amazing and good, and it's not, you know. And I think you're feeling like, you know, life could be a little bit better, and I don't feel good. And sometimes when I see the Empress come in reversed, I almost feel like, you know, sometimes you don't even feel good in your body, like, you know, you don't feel good in the clothes that you have, and nothing looks good, nothing feels good, you feel frumpy. You know, it's this kind of energy of you just not, you know, being able to make yourself, you know, feel good. And I feel like this week, you know, there could be something that could come out of nowhere, all right? If you have this inkling to start something, all right? Because a lot of times the Page of Cups can be a creative energy. I think it could help pull you out of this, you know, sense of depression or feeling like things aren't really good, or just, you know, you're not feeling good about yourself. The Page of Cups is very inspiring. We see him looking at this fish. That's your intuition. Maybe you get this idea. You know, don't think it's a stupid idea because you're depressed, all right? So you're not thinking right. You know, if you get this idea, follow through on it, because I think this is just what you need to pull yourself out of this kind of an energy. All right, so that's what I've got for all of my zodiac signs. So now I'm going to turn to all you guys. Look, I got my Traveling Gypsy Tarot coming in. Welcome in. Lord Joseph sent you. I love Lord Joseph. Oh, thank you. Tell him I said hello, and thanks for sending you over. All right, so listen, my Traveling Gypsy over here. I pull cards now at this point in the reading. So whatever reading, so if you have questions, and I know some of you guys do have questions. Let me go back a little. Let me see if some people are still in the house. No, maybe not. Kenneth Norval. Oh, you're the one that had the stroke. I hope you feel better. Oh, I love some of the comments that you guys put in. But let's start from here, all right? Might as well. All right, so listen. Oh, Sale. You would like to know what's coming in the next 3 months. For Shivani. Hi, Shivani. Whenever I see your name, because I know you've been here before, it really, I have such a beautiful friend named Shivani. I mean, you know, so I can only think that you're just like her, you know. Anyway, grateful, thankful. Hi, Lord Joseph. Welcome in. You sent me a friend. I really appreciate that. My Traveling Gypsy. Oh, thank you for the 10. Grateful, thankful. All right, listen, Sale, let's find out what's coming to you in the next 3 months. Grateful, thankful for the messages for you. All right, Shivani, let's find out. We've got the Knight of Pentacles coming in reversed. So I wonder whether work will be a little challenging. Maybe even, you know, money, you not having enough, you know. But also with the Knight of Pentacles, you got to put a little effort into it. All right, Sale, the Fool card. Because I feel as if you assert yourself, right, and you put the energy into finding work, finding a job, doing something you would love to do, and there's probably something with this Fool card, you know, that you would love to just kind of do. Why are you putting it off? All right, don't put it off. Look at here, we've got the 8 of Swords coming in reversed. You know, putting it off is what's driving you crazy. Do it. All right, life is short. Be proactive, all right? And if you feel like everything is passing you by, then what you need to do is pass it by, all right? You know, because we have the Fool card here. You know, embrace what's in front of you, all right, SLA? And I think that's what will work for you moving forward. Look at you guys. Lord Joseph, my Traveling Gypsy, thank you so much. All right, listen, my Traveling Gypsy would like a general reading, so I'm going to give it to her because she so kindly gave me a little tip for the tarot reader. Don't forget to tip the tarot reader. I'm always happy to take a tip. I need a car. All right. I need a car so much. Let me show you the cars that I've got driving. All right. This is how badly I need a car. Look at this one. All right. We've got this one over here. We got us the great Geo Tracker. Smurf Blue. We love that one, huh? And then, wait, we got this one over here. That's my Honda. It's held up by a stick. I don't know if you can see that. I'm waiting for the arms to come in so that I don't have to pull a stick out to put the back up. And let's see. Oh, I don't think you can see the truck. Wait, we got us a real old Toyota truck over here. That's a 2000. It's got 318,000 miles on it. So I say thank you for the tips because this is going to help me get another vehicle. All right, anyway, back to work. My Traveling Gypsy Tarot. Let's see what's going on for you. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my new friend. She's also a tarot reader, or he, I don't know. Whoever you are, my Traveling Gypsy. Really grateful that you are here. What can you tell me to tell the Traveling Gypsy? Grateful, thankful for the messages for the Traveling Gypsy. All right, let's see what's going on for you. All right, listen, I got the Page of Swords coming out. All right, so this is an idea, a thought, maybe something that you want to start. Maybe it could have been initiated by somebody. But the Page of Swords is a new beginning. I like it, you know, because it's a great idea in a direction that I think would totally stimulate you. Let's get another card. But, you know, I think, you know, it's going to require you to walk away, all right? And you might have an idea that you've been hanging on to, that you've been wondering whether or not you should pursue it. And then here we have this Three of Pentacles coming out reversed, you know, so I feel like, you know, something is pushing you away from what it is you are doing to do something on your own. Whenever I see the Three of Pentacles coming in reverse like this, you know, yeah, you could work great with other people. That would be great, you know, but I think you would do very, very well on your own. So whatever this idea is that you have that you would like to do, my dear Traveling Gypsy, do it, because I think it will really do very well for you. All right, so that's what I've got for you. All right, let's see who else we got out there. Very nice lady. Thank you, Lord Joseph, and you're a very nice man. Thank you so much for your kindness. Patrick Tishwane. I have no idea how to say your last name. You have a case next week. Are you going to prison or will you be acquitted? Ooh, that's a big question. Let's find out. Grateful, thankful for the messages. For Patrick, I'm not going to say your last name. Let's find out whether or not prison is in your future or you will be acquitted. Grateful, thankful for the messages. Big message. What can you tell me about my friend Patrick? I heard the word consequences. So I feel like, you know, there are consequences to your actions. You know, and yeah, I feel like you could possibly go to prison here with this Knight of Swords. But, you know, I just don't feel like you're going to be acquitted. You know, because like I said, I heard consequences. So I really feel like you have to pay the consequences to whatever the actions were on this. So that's what I've got for you. Who else is out there? All right, let's see. Let's see. Kenneth, how are you? Mandy, will you meet anyone new for love? Let's find out. All right, let's find out. Mandy wants to know whether or not she's got love. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Mandy. What's going on for my friend Mandy? Hi, Colette. Welcome in. Nice to see you back. Phoenix, 1111. How nice to see you. Let me first kind of focus in on Mandy, and then I'll start reading what your chat says. All right, grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. Happy to have you guys all in the house. Nice to be here. All right, let's see what's going on for Mandy. She would like love. Ooh, I'm not seeing love right away, but I do feel like there is somebody. All right, because look, we got the Knight of Cups coming in, Mandy. This is somebody. And you know what? You know, this is really kind of sweet, but the fact that you come up with the Empress reversed and this person approaches you, wants to take you out, you almost feel like you're not good enough to go out with them. So stop that, all right? Just stop that. You are better than that, all right? But I do feel like, you know, somebody would like to take you out, but here you are being like, oh, I don't know what to wear, and I'm too heavy, and I'm too skinny, or you know, whatever it is, you know? Listen, cut that out. This person, you know, they wouldn't be asking you out if they didn't want to, but I definitely feel like there is somebody coming towards you. Could be a Scorpio. Could be. All right, let's see what's going on for Phoenix. You got a letter from the IRS. No. Jenny's Cozy Corner. Hey, welcome in. All right, let's see. Stating that you have a cancellation of department from a mortgage company. I don't know. Am I a victim of fraud? And will this be resolved? Holy cow. I'm feeling like it's fraud. First, let's find out if this letter is actually real. All right, you know, because I'm like, is this real? I just don't feel like it's a real letter. Upright for yes, reverse for no. I want to know whether my friend Phoenix 1111 this letter from the IRS is real or not. Yeah, I feel like it is real, you know, so there is something going on here. But I feel like, you know, you can move on past it. Yeah. You know, I think you just need to kind of speak your truth, because we have this Ace of Swords here. You know, we have this Chariot card. I mean, to me, everything is going to work out okay. All right. I think, you know, check into it, make sure that you, you know, got yourself covered. Because listen, I had my identity stolen. It's no fun, you know, and if this is one of those things, you just need to check it out. But I just definitely feel like they're coming to get some money right there for you. So check it out, all right, Phoenix? I would hate to see you get really stuck. No, it's a beautiful day here. I'm in New Mexico. And it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I think we don't get rain until closer to the weekend. But for now. Judy, will your breast cancer surgery go well on August 11th or the 13th? Oh, my goodness. Can you break down tarot cards like playing cards to get used to them? Yes, you can. Diamonds are coins. Hearts are the cups. Swords are not clubs. What's the other one? Diamond, spade. The clubs are coins. Let's see, pentacles. I don't know, but you can. I can't think right now. All right, but wait, I gotta find out about Judith. All right, because Judy's having surgery. Grateful, thankful for her healing. How's it gonna go? How's it gonna go? How's it gonna go? Look, I think it's going to go really, really well. I think you're really nervous because up about part of it, but I think it's going to be okay. We have the 9 of Cups coming out. So your wish, okay, Judy, your wish, how you want this to turn out, it's going to be okay. But I do get the sense of fear and all of that goes around this. But, you know, listen, they've got a lot of modern technology now. I know a lot of people that have beat this and have beat it full-fledged. So you'll be okay. Let's see, John Peter. Welcome in, John Peter. Nice to see you. Hi, Tom. John Peter, let's find out what the universe has to say to you. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my friend John Peter. Good to see you. Fastnath, nice to see you. All right, let's see, John Peter. Let's find out what's going on. Then I'll jump to you, all right, Jenny? All right, grateful, thankful for John Peter. What's going on for John Peter? Oops, hold on. My computer totally just shut down. Let me get back to where I was. All right, let's find out what's going on for you. John Peter. Grateful, thankful for the messages for John Peter. What's going on for John Peter today? All right. All right, look, I see that good things are coming for you. We got the Ace of Cups. Love is good. You might meet somebody if you're traveling, or you may be traveling with someone. I like the 2 of these together, all right, because I just feel like whoever this person is, John Peter, you enjoy them. And they enjoy you. You have a good time, all right? The Knight of Wands has, the Page of Wands has fun, all right? They like to do things. So you may be exploring a brand new relationship that is coming up. And I hope it's a good one. Let's pull one more card. Yeah, it may not go everywhere, all right? You know, I should have stopped while it was good. But I feel like, you know, even though it could have had a good start, I just don't feel like it goes anywhere. Because with that 2 of Cups, it could also be that this person doesn't want to go where you want to go. You know, like, no, we're not doing that. We're not going there. You know, so take it how it works for you, all right, John Peter? All right, that's what I've got for you. Jenny. Jenny's Cozy Corner. How about a reading today about possible plans to move? Uh-oh, you're moving. Let's find out. Is Jenny moving? Grateful, thankful for the messages about plans about moving. Grateful, thankful. What do you think about that, Tarot? What do you think about Jenny moving? How do we feel about Jenny moving? Come move to New Mexico. Come hang out, be my friend. All right? We could have fun. All right, let's see what's going on for Jenny. All right, listen, Jenny, good things about the move. Oh, my gosh. I mean, wait till you see these cards, all right? about your move. Puts you in the position of the Emperor, all right? So I feel like it's a very solid move about going. We have the Chariot card. This is about moving. This is all about making a move. And I have the Wheel of Fortune, all right? So come on, you know, this is like a big move, a great move, and I think only good things will come from this move. So I got to tell you, this is time, you know. I think, you know, Jenny, it's time. If you were really thinking about moving, the cards are all about it. And then we have the King of Pentacles at the base of what's going on as well, you know. So I just feel like it's a good move. All right. I think, you know, if you're thinking about it and that everything kind of opens up and unfolds real easy, then you know it's definitely meant to be. But I've got a good feeling on this move. All right, Jenny. Grateful, thankful for you. Rhea, you want a card? All right, let's find out, Rhea. And then I'll do you. All right, Gibraltar. Gibraltar. All right, Rhea, let's find out. A card on your new job. Let's find out. What can you tell me about Rhea's new job? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Rhea. What's going on for Rhea and the new job? Ooh, you know, I think it'll be all right. You know, I think you got to be careful, though, all right, on this new job, that they don't breadcrumb you and they promise you things that you don't get, all right? Because with the Seven of Swords coming in reverse, I kind of wonder whether or not, you know, if you don't, how can I put this? If you do not stay on top of them, I feel like they could take advantage of you. All right. So don't go in there, you know, and be nicey, you know. It's just like if, you know, you give too much at the beginning, they're going to take advantage of you, you know. So do the job that you were hired to do and don't let them know everything that you can do. All right. Let that happen later on. All right. That's what I got for you for your job. All right, let's see. Disha. Wait, was I going to do someone else? Gibraltar. Let's go back to Gibraltar. All right, let's find out. Does the new guy you're thinking about like you back? Let's find out. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Gibraltar. Finding out whether or not this guy has the same kind of feelings. Do we have a like situation? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Gibraltar. Does the new guy like him back? Let's find out. All right, ready? You know, I think yes. And I think it could actually be a very, very good connection with the King of Pentacles coming out, because a lot of times when I use the King of Pentacles, this is my guy of being a great partner. You know, this is like somebody who really could bring it to the table and make sure that you're secure and taken care of and everything is all good. So good connection for you, Gibraltar. I like it. Hi, Disha. Can I let you know if you can consider, I don't know, approach towards you in the long term? What's his visions for you? Not quite sure what the question is there, Disha. Let's find out whether he will consider your approach. Let's just do that, okay? We'll start there. Because if not, I don't know. All right, let's see, Disha, what's going on? You want to know whether or not they will consider the approach she has. Yes or no? No, I don't think they will. We got the Ten of Pentacles. Not at all. You know, so I don't think, you know, he has a vision of any of this happening, because I don't see him having a vision. The Hanged Man coming in reverse. Yeah, I just feel like he's not even going to entertain anything about the long term. You know, he just doesn't see it. And, you know, the Hanged Man coming in reverse, you know, I feel like he doesn't even want to take the time to try to turn things around. So I would let this one go, Disha. Really, really. Vaznath, what's going on with you? Vanzanth, ready? You're buying. Please update. Okay, let's find out. I don't know what this is. I don't really know what the question is. You're buying something. You want to know whether or not it's a good buy? I don't know. Louise, welcome in. It looks like I'm in Africa. I'm not. I'm in New Mexico. I wish I was in Africa. Wouldn't that be great? Have a giraffe kind of walk behind me, or maybe a big elephant. That would be great, huh? All right, Colette, let's find a card for you. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Colette. What can you tell me to tell Colette? Looking for just general reading for Colette. Grateful, thankful for her energy. coming back, being a part of my channel. Really appreciate Colette. What can you tell me? All right, I feel like you're avoiding something, all right? And I think it's wise. If there is somebody, Colette, who is putting the pressure on you to do something that you don't want to do, maybe they want you to spend money that you don't want to spend. Maybe they want you to sign a contract you don't want to sign. You know, I feel like you're avoiding this person so that you just don't even have to deal with them. Because the Tower here, I think you know that, you know, getting involved could really, you know, backfire on you. Knight of Wands. Yeah, I just feel like this person talks in circles around you, whoever this person is, Colette. So just be very aware of their energy because their intentions are really not good for you. And I think you know that. And I think this is what you're tuning in with this Tower. Like, you know, better I just avoid them completely than to deal with them. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Colette. More than one card. All right, Louise Gilbert, what's going on with you? There was a tough exchange between you and your supervisor today. What will the outcome be? Oh, ouch. Sorry, Louise. Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on, Louise, with the supervisor. Hard exchange. What's the outcome between the two of them? Well, I just saw the victory card, so I think, you know, you come out ahead. Ooh, Justice. Whatever it is, you got her thinking. All right, Louise? That's what I can tell you. I feel like you really got this person thinking. Yeah, and they're going to pull back. All right, Knight of Swords. Yeah, you know, I think whatever this argument was or whatever it was that went down, I she realized that you were in the right, you had a point, you know, and she probably kept on going just because, you know, at that point, you know, it's like, well, I don't want to back down now. But, you know, I just feel like I saw the victory card. I think the outcome will end up being that, you know, things will ease up. But I think you definitely gave her food for thought. Thank you, Ziad. I don't know how to say your name. Trisha. Finances. Oh, my God. Let's talk finances, huh? All right. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Trisha. Trisha would just like to know a little bit about finances. Let's see what's going on for Trisha. Grateful, thankful for Trisha, her energy, being here, being a part of my channel. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the shares, the subscriptions. Really appreciate you guys. Really, really do. All right, Trisha, your finances. Let's take a look. All right, Judgment card. I feel like there's some situation that you need to go back and look at. All right, because with this Judgment card and this Ace of Wands, if there is a situation that, you know, you could do that would really help benefit you financially, I feel like you got to go back and look at it. All right, and it could be something that you really liked and maybe you gave up. You know, but with this Ace of Wands, I feel like your finances have the ability to turn around. And, you know, it's been rough, all right? 10 of Pentacles. And here it's left you really unsettled. But I feel like, you know, there's a situation, too, that you might be hanging on to. All right, so here's another story I got for you. All right, so, Trisha, you know, if you are hanging on to a situation, trying to keep going, trying to make it work, all right, and it's not working, then I think you really need to, you know, look at that and let go of it and kind of let it rest. You know, because there's something you don't want to let go of, but at the same time, that's also what's hurting you. So, you know, you know, the confusion is you've got to start making some decisions when it comes to your finances so that you can get out of this situation that you are in. But I feel very hopeful that that's going to happen. Right? So that's what I got for you. Priyanka. We have to check in. Hi, Maythaw. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Let's see. Priyanka, let's see. Can we please check about Anish? Will he marry you? Yes, no. We get married? Let's find out, Priyanka. Upright for yes. Reverse for no. Let's find out. All right, let's see. Up for yes. Reverse for no. You know, I don't feel like you two are going to get married. If anything, I think it's going to be a very, very difficult connection. Bad relationship with a lot of, you know, pain and words. I mean, this is hard. This hurts. So I don't feel like this is the one that you should marry. And I don't see you marrying him. Priyanka, thank you. Did I just read for you? Thank you for the 40. Yeah, I'm sorry, Priyanka. I would love it to be something different, but That's what I've got. So I don't see this happening. And I think, you know, it's not even going to be an easy ending. I think it's going to be really, really tough. All right, Maythaw, what's going on for you? And thank you again, Priyanka, for the 40. Really appreciate it. The Roswell story. What's going on with you, Roswell? Oh, wait, let me do May. May, do you have a question? Or is it just general? What is blocking your boyfriend Hassan in connection from becoming stable and loving? Oh my goodness. What is blocking Hassan from becoming stable and loving? There's some trauma from his past that, you know, kind of puts walls up. But let's see, May. What's coming through? Oh, there could be a fear. You know, look, I mean, we have this serious energy. You know, he needs to open up. You know, here it is, you know, intuitively. He's very, very closed. He doesn't want to open up. Could be around money. You know, maybe he has this thing with money. You know, the Four of Pentacles shows that if he opens up, I mean, you know, intuitively, I think you guys, he knows it would be a good connection. But he stresses over the whole money thing. You know, like it's like he doesn't want to go there. But, you know, I think over time, though, May, you know, it's one of those things, you know, between the two of you, it's like it's up to you how long you want to wait for somebody who doesn't want to open up. He needs to open up, you know, and accept the fact that you guys are a good match. And sometimes, and I feel like this could be what's going on with you, May, when people realize that this could be my person, they shut right down, you know, and that's, and I think that there's a little of that going on with this guy. All right. So Priyanka, I already told you that Ashish, I don't see him marrying you, okay? So if you didn't get that message. And Colette, I did pull a card for you. Yeah, Priyanka, I did. I checked, you know, he's not going to marry you, okay? I don't know how many times I can say this. But I pulled the card. It was a Ten of Swords. That's not a good card. I just don't see this happening. So he's not going to marry you. At least not based off of my readings. Thank you, Judy. Thank you so much. Usha, welcome. All right, Colette, let's find out if your mom will feel better. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Colette. Let's find out if her mom's going to feel better. Grateful, thankful. And then I got to get going because I got to take my friend to a doctor's appointment. All right, grateful, thankful for the messages for Colette. Find out if her mom's going to feel better. I feel like she is, all right? We have the World card here. Yeah, I think she's going to start to feel better. You know, we also have the Lovers card coming in upright and the Emperor. I think, you know, stay positive, and I think, you know, she'll get there, all right? But I do definitely feel like your mom's going to get better. So that's what I got for you. Judy, again, thank you for the $1.99. Much appreciated. Loretta. Hi, well, Loretta. We got a $2.49. What do I need to know right now? Grateful, thankful for the messages from my friend Loretta. Thanks for the super chats, you guys. Really appreciate the super chats. I don't know if you caught the little segment of me in my cars, but I'm definitely saving for a new car. Grateful, thankful for the messages for Loretta. She would just like to know, what does she need to know right now? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Loretta. What can you tell me to tell Loretta right now? So Loretta, we got the Hierophant coming in reverse. So this tells me you need to be you. All right, when the Hierophant comes in reverse, this is you beating to your own drum. This is you doing your thing. You not conforming. You just being authentically you. And I feel like this Hierophant says, you know, be free. Be you. Be the free spirit. Be more like me, you know. I mean, I let things roll off my back, you know. It's just like I wake up and I don't know what my day's going to look like, and I just kind of let it roll. But anyway, the Hierophant, you know, the Hierophant coming in reverse. Be the free spirit that you truly are, all right? And don't be afraid to be who you are, all right, Loretta? So that's the message I got for you. Maria, welcome in. Berna, hi, welcome. Samek, ma'am, what's coming towards you? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, listen, you guys, put your questions in now because I'm going to wrap it up because I've got to get ready to go. Take my friend into town to the doctor. Get out of this nice little area that I'm in. Let's find out. Let's see, Samek, what's coming towards you? Grateful, thankful. Hi, TM. Welcome in. All right, Samek, look. I feel like there could be some love coming in. We have the Two of Cups. All right, don't be shy. I feel like you could be shy around a relationship or a connection. So if you were wondering whether or not somebody likes you, I think you have to open up. Because I just feel like with the Seven of Wands, you feel like, oh, I don't have a chance with this person. Oh, they're never going to meet me, you know. So I just feel like, you know, you need to open up to the possibility that somebody really, really loves you. And we have the Star card. So take a chance on love, all right? That's what I've got for you, Samek. Hi, TM. Did Mel illegally take out a loan in his ex-wife's name? Ooh. Ooh. Now that's some juice, right? Let's find out, TM. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Let's find out if the ex-wife took out a loan illegally under Mel's name. Or Mel did it for whoever, the ex. You know. You know who it is, universe. We just want to know whether or not they did it illegally. Did they take this loan out illegally? Grateful, thankful. In his ex-wife's name. That would be so bad. No, I don't see he did it. I think he thought about it, but in the end, I don't feel like he really went through with it. Phew, I was going to say, man, what a scum. Oh, my goodness. Berta, you want to know whether or not your mom should go for knee replacement surgery this year? I don't know. Let's find out. Upright for yes, reverse for no. Grateful, thankful to all you guys. It's been nice being here. It's nice sitting out here. I'll probably be out here again tomorrow. I'm spending the night out this way. You may see me out here more often than not, you know, but we'll see. All right, let's see, Perna, your mom, knee replacement. Look, I feel like not right now. Is there an issue around, there could be complications right now? Because, you know, the Three of Hearts, you know, I just wonder whether or not there could be something that she needs to look at first before she has the surgery. You know, because a lot of times, you know, something minor like a heart murmur, you know, or is there something going on with her heart? I just feel like she needs to alert whatever it is before she has the surgery. But then, yes, I feel like she should have the surgery and she'll be okay. So I do see a good surgery for her, but there's something that she needs to tell the doctors about, you know, so that she'll be okay. Ashley, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Usha, nice to see you. Your career. Is this a good time to switch teams? Oh, no. Also, general reading about your future. All right, let's find out, Usha. And then we'll find out, Loretta. All right. Usha, let's find out about your career. Is this a good time to switch teams? Grateful, thankful for the messages for Usha. You can tell the sun's starting to go around. You can tell the light. All right, let's see, Usha, your career. Good timing to switch teams. Yes or no? You know, listen, yes, but no. Okay? That's what this card says. Yes, but no. I think it's time that you really start to make the decisions that you need. So, you know, if it's time to make the switch, yes, it's definitely time to start looking at it, you know, because you need to start weighing everything out. To make the switch, you know, it may require you having to open up and, you know, be a little uncomfortable because a lot of times, you know, when we switch, you know, there's that gap that happens in between getting paid and things of that nature. But I do feel like, yes, overall, you should switch because here's the Queen of Pentacles coming out, which brings a lot of stability for your future. So I do like that. All right, Loretta, I'm going to read for you. And if Ashley doesn't have a question... Ashley, you got a question? I'm going to end it here. All right, Loretta, what are we looking for, Loretta? Wait, let me see. You want to know Donald's current energy towards you. Okay, let's find out. Donald's current energies towards Loretta. What can you tell me about that? Hold on. I don't want my computer to blip off here because I'm not paying attention. Because I'm not. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. All right, Loretta, let's find out. Donald's energy towards you. What can you tell me? Thanks, you guys. It's been a really great morning, hasn't it? All right, let's see, Loretta. I think they got good memories, you know, and I think they would like to make more memories with you. So good feelings, Loretta, around this guy, Donald. I like that, you know, because this is the one that I feel like, you know, there could be a sense of like endearment that goes along with this energy. Anyway, that's what I got for you. All right, Loretta. Cassidy, welcome. Ashley, you want a card? All right, listen, I'm going to pull for Ashley because she put such a cute little, you know, icon in there. Is the person you asked to room and board a right decision? Ooh, big question, Ashley. Let's find out. Is the person that she asked to room and board a right decision? Upright for yes, reverse for no. Let's find out, Ashley. Let's find out. Is this the right person? Yes or no? Upright for yes, reverse for no. No, I don't feel like they are the right person. I don't like that they come up as a death card reverse as well, because I feel as if there's something about them that bothers you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how like you just wonder about really like, well, what's really their story? And I feel like, what's really their story? So no, I don't feel like this is a good person to move in with you. Days, how are you? Can you say hi? I don't know what that word is. Shalva, I don't know what that means. All right, listen. Lathria Pui. I don't know. Did I say your name? I don't know. Is it the right time to leave your job? I don't know. Let's find out. Upright for yes, reverse for no. What cards come out for my friend over here who would like to know whether or not it's the right time to leave the job? All right, listen, I feel like, yes, it's definitely the right time. We have an ending needing to happen. It's been difficult. It hasn't been easy. But the 10 of Swords is definitely saying, let's put an end to this once and for all. So I do feel like it's time to end that job. So with that being said, I'm going to end this reading. All right. Good luck to all of you guys. It looks like your backyard. Yeah. Desi, how old do you think I am? Guess. You tell me how old I am. I know how old I am. But anyway, listen, you guys, I will see you all here at another reading. I'm going to try to catch up on my individual readings. 50? Wow, thank you. No, I am actually 62. I'm on the other side of 50. But thanks. 50 is a good number for me. Anyway, you guys have a really great day. I hope it's as beautiful where you are as it is over here. So anyway, take what works, people, leave what doesn't, and I will see you all on another day. Hit the like button, like, comment, share, subscribe, so that way you know, don't miss me when I come back, because I will come back. Hopefully by the end of the week I'll do live. Maybe I can catch one in the middle of the week. Until then, though, be well, be happy, be kind. Bye now.